What if planting a few simple crops this January could feed your family for an entire year without expensive fertilizers, daily watering, or modern farming machines? Most people think food security starts in spring. That's wrong. January planting, when done right, creates deeper roots, stronger harvests, and long-lasting yields that store, preserve, and regenerate themselves. Welcome back to Green Answers, the channel where nature reveals solutions humanity for today. We're uncovering 17 powerful crops you must plant in January, plants trusted for centuries to survive cold, drought, hunger, and economic collapse. These aren't trendy superfoods. They're reliable staples, roots, grains, greens, and trees that quietly sustain families year after year. Some grow underground, some store for months, some keep producing without replanting. If your goal is resilience, independence, and real food security, this video may change how you garden forever. Let's begin. Number 1. Garlic and onions. The foundation crops garlic and onions are the backbone of long-term food security. When planted in January in mild or protected climates, they establish roots before spring growth begins, leading to larger bulbs and better storage. Garlic thrives in cool soil. Once planted, it needs little attention, no fertilizer, no daily watering. By early summer, each clove becomes a full ball, properly cured. Garlic stores for 6 to 10 months, making a year-on food medicine. Onions work the same way. January planting allows slow root development, producing firm bulbs that resist rot. Stored in cool, dry conditions, onions can last almost a full year. Beyond carries, these crops protect health. Garlic is antibacterial and antifungal. Onions support immunity and digestion. In historical food systems, these are in flavorings and survival crops. Plant them once, store them properly, and they quietly feed your household month after month. These are not optional crops, they are foundational. Their foundation. Number 2. Carrots, beets, and turnips. Underground security. Root crops are nature's pantry. Carrots, beets, and turnips, planted in January, grow slowly, but store energy deep underground, protected from heat, pests, and storms. Carrots grow in cool conditions, become sweeter and denser. Once harvested, they store for months in sand, soil, or refrigeration. Beets provide both edible roots and greens, doubling their value. Turnips mature quickly and tolerate frost, making them dependable when other crops fail. These crops shine because they don't rely on constant harvesting. They wait underground until needed. In traditional societies, root sellers kept families alive for winter using crops planted months earlier. Root vegetables are calorie efficient, nutrient-dense, and space-saving. A small garden bed can produce dozens of meals. If food supply chains collapse, root crops keep feeding quietly beneath the soil, out of sight, but never out of reach. Number 3. Cabbage, kale, and collards. The survival greens approximately equals 200 words. Leafy greens planted in January grow tough, not tender, and that's exactly what makes them powerful. Cabbage, kale, and collards thrive in cold weather. Thrust actually impose their flavor and nutritional content. These plants resist pests naturally and require minimal care. Cabbage stores exceptionally well. Whole heads can last months in cool storage. Kale and collards regrow after cutting, vying continuous harvests without replanting. Historically, these greens prevented starvation and disease. They're rich in vitamins A, C, and K, minerals, and fiber. Fermented cabbage, sauerkraut lasts for years and supports gut health. When planted early, these crops build strong root systems before pests arrive. They don't panic in heat or cold. They simply keep producing. In resilient garden, survival greens and not goshu. Number 4. Fava beans and peas. Who that fixes is so Roxanne Lee Hill's 2 words. Legumes are unique. They don't just feed people, they feed the soil. Fava beans and peas, planted in January, grow in cool conditions and improve fertility naturally by fixing nitrogen. This reduces the need for fertilizers and boosts nearby crops. Fava beans are protein-dense and calorie-rich. They store well when dried and have sustained entire civilizations. Peas offer early harvests and can be dried for long-term storage or eaten fresh for nutrition. These plants build soil structure, increase microbial life, and prepare the ground for future crops. In survival systems, legumes are essential. They turn sunlight into protein without exhausting the land. Planting them early gives them a head start, strong roots, fewer pests, higher yields. Food that feeds both people and earth is true sustainability. Number 5. Potatoes and sweet potatoes, calorie kings approximately equals 200 words. Few crops match potatoes for calories per square meter. When planted in January in suitable climates, they establish early and deliver massive yields. Potatoes grow underground, protected from weather extremes. Sweet potatoes, once established, spread aggressively and store energy efficiently. Stored correctly, potatoes can last 6 to 8 months. Sweet potatoes last even longer and offer vitamin-rich nutrition. These crops powered industrial revolutions and rural survival alike. They don't need rich soil, just space and time. A single planting can provide hundreds of meals. If you grow only 1-calorie crop, make it potatoes. Number 6. Perennials once planted, always fed approximately equals 200 words. True food security comes from perennials. Asparagus, artichokes, rhubarb, and perennial onions grow year after year without replanting. January planting allows root systems to establish before spring growth. These crops require patience but reward you for decades. Asparagus can produce for 20 years. Artichokes deliver nutrient-dense buds annually. Perennial onions multiply naturally. Perennials reduce labor, risk, and dependency. They stabilize food systems the way annual crops never can. Plant once, harvest for life. Number 7. Grain and seed crops. Storable energy approximately equals 200 words. Wheat, barley, oats, and amaranths. Planted in cool seasons, mature into dry, storable calories. Grains are survival food because they store for years. They can be ground, boiled, fermented, or January planting allows cool season grains to establish before heat stress. These crops demand little care once growing. Historically, grains built civilizations because they could be saved, transported, and shared. Without grains, long-term food security collapses. Even small plots matter. Number 8. Trees. And final strategy. The year-long system approximately equals 200 words. Food trees are the final layer. Fig, mulberry, olive, citrus, and nut trees planted in January root deeply before summer. Once mature, they produce annually with little input. Trees create shade, soil, fertility, and microclimates. They protect gardens from wind and heat while feeding generations. A true food system combines roots, greens, and trees. This isn't gardening, it's design survival.